We found 10 of the coolest products under $100 that we featured this year for the gamers, nerds, or just boyfriends that are super picky with their tech, because the last gift might just make them fall in love with you all over again. So let's check it out. I wanted to include a quick and dirty tool that you can take with you anywhere, and the Civivi Elementum utility blade is not only affordable, it's surprisingly sharp, comfortable, and dependable, given you can swap out the blades whenever you need to sharpen up. The quick release button makes it even easier to store away, and as a fan of the Elementum design in general, this one gives it a cool futuristic feel, which I'm there for as well. Charging all your devices shouldn't be this complicated. With a cable and plug that's dedicated to your AirPods, phone, and watch, things can get a little messy very quick. So if you know someone that needs a little decluttering in their life, there's ESR and their 3-in-1 magnetic charging station. Not only for being easy to set up, with 25 watts of charging power, utilizing Qi 2.2 technology, it can give a new iPhone 17 a 60% charge in just 30 minutes. And unlike other wireless chargers you may have used in the past that take way too long or even heat up your phone that it becomes untouchable, this has a built-in cooling fan that helps manage the heat. And while they did upgrade them to be a little quieter as well, if you've got this on your bedside table, you could also turn off the light and fan if you don't enjoy the free white noise machine. For being able to charge 3 devices in one, they've built a fairly slim and compact package while allowing everything to be quickly accessible too. Plus, it also passes my scientific poke test with a fairly strong magnet that allows for portrait or landscape viewing too. My favorite feature is the detachable watch charger though. You can plug this into any USB-C device and juice up anywhere you want, making this a perfect travel accessory to avoid packing even more cables. But when all combined, it makes for the perfect upgrade to any desk setup to have all your devices charged and ready to go, or on your nightstand so you can still doom scroll in bed and remember to actually charge it before you catch some Z's. Personally, I'm a fan of the stealthy minimal black vibes, but it does come in a white too if you're into the brighter look. So for the friend with a desk that kind of looks like this, you can give them the gift of decluttering, and at the very least, keeping his essentials charged too. Links and details down below. If your dad's wallet is thicker than the deli sandwich he always orders, it's time for an intervention, because you have to convince him to give up the 3 expired gift cards, 11 receipts, and that 1 photo of you before you got braces. Enter the Puncube Mech wallet, which is basically the Batmobile of wallets, sleek, metallic, and super satisfying to open. The whole front face slides forward to reveal 6 cards like a magic trick from 2069. It's all metal, built tough, and surprisingly slim, even with those dad-sized fingers fumbling around. It passed our scientific drop test without anything falling out, and let's be honest, 6 cards is already 4 more than any man truly needs. Plus, it'll fit in his front pocket without giving him a limp anymore. Combine all that with the cyberpunk aesthetic, your dad might finally be cooler than you. I've shown this years ago and I still use it to this day. Thankfully, Matador has updated the pocket blanket to the new 4.0 version. Some minor changes, but the same great blanket. From pocket to floor, it takes about 10 seconds. Stick the metal forks into the ground and no wind is moving this bad boy. Made of a thin but surprisingly durable nylon, my original blanket from 4 years ago is still going strong. So how do you make a blanket any more exciting than that? It's the perfect impromptu picnic accessory, large enough to fit 2 people lying down or 4 people sitting back to back. And if you're a germaphobe, perfect to just keep yourself covered. You can use it to relax, store your tech so it doesn't sit on the dirt, or the perfect platform to model your favorite midnight online services. It's one of those accessories you can toss into your kit and just know you can count on to perform its one duty really well, keeping your butt clean. Plus, it's waterproof, so super easy to clean off, and they've printed instructions directly on the surface, so you end up with this every single time, allowing it to live up to its name of being the best blanket that fits in your pocket. We haven't even gotten inside the actual bag and we're already cooking. But one last piece of tech you can't miss, literally because it's bright AF, the Loop Gear SK05 flashlight, fitting perfectly inside our tiny pouch of choice. But don't get it twisted, this is a chunker in the best way possible. It feels like holding a solid metal brick, sturdy, durable, and reliable. Plenty of other modes to play with, but realistically, it's a really cool party trick to impress all the ladies, although it will probably attract more men than anything. Dual beams up front offering a wide and a spotlight with dead simple controls to switch between them all. So if you can get past the size and have the pockets to keep this in, it's easily one of the coolest looking but also useful lights we've tested, because it actually doubles as a portable battery too. I'd call this one a grail find for us and a must-have in every boyfriend or husband's wish list. All I'll say though is don't let your intrusive thoughts win, because you will be tempted to pull this out in every dark room and annoy everyone else around you. Yeah, he probably already has everything on this table, but I highly doubt it's as satisfying to use. So you should give him the upgrade he deserves from HOTO. With these magnetic tool cases that snap together so neatly, he may never actually use them because it just looks so good together. However, they are actually useful, each one being color coded so you know which tool you're grabbing. Starting off with the yellow kit, the most common, offering a whole set of mini screw options. Combined with the motorized screwdriver, say goodbye to tennis elbow trying to fix that damn radio for the 27th time now. And honestly, the magnetic organization never gets old. Even grabbing and splitting them apart is just as satisfying too, like with the red kit as a mini drill set. Great for crafts, smaller fixes around the house, or even pre-drilling as well. And this is definitely not triggering my trypophobia right now. Lastly, the blue kit offers finishing touches with a rotary tool. You can sand, polish, and smooth out edges, but personally, I'm gonna use it to engrave my signature everywhere around the office now too. Come on, am I some mechanic from Star Trek or something? Yes, this is a real North Face product, except from Japan because they always get the cooler gear first. This Fusebox Eco Tote is shaped like their actual Fusebox backpack, still made with waterproof nylon, and the details are so unnecessary yet so necessary. They included shoulder straps, for crying out loud. Inside is where the real magic happens though. The folded tote bag is lightweight and stretches out to be like a standard grocery bag size. I'm a fan of the giant branding because it wouldn't be North Face without it, and although fairly thin, it feels durable all around. I'm able to stuff my shoes, a sweater, packages, and several knickknacks I would usually take out with me, and while it won't be the world's comfiest bag, in a jiffy, having a bag ready to pop out and carry a handful of loose gear is totally worth it. The blackout finish is obviously a keeper too, but when done, as long as you fold it small enough, you simply stuff it back in and zip it up. Given the outer shell is also made of an actual backpack material, it can be tossed around, stepped on, and is just the perfect complement to hang on your strap, ready to deploy at moment's notice, as it's just really funny to see a tiny bag hanging on another bag. Now it is more so for the serious videographers who want to shoot with the best quality possible, as this Dockcase MagSafe SSD enclosure is so overkill, it's got a screen built in to remind you of that. At the size of about a pair of AirPods, you can extend your storage with up to 2 terabytes of accounting files. That's all thanks to using M2 2230 drives. They're super tiny, but also makes it the perfect pairing so you're not lugging around a giant hard drive. The beauty is, with its 10 gigabit per second transfer speeds, you can double it as actual storage for other devices too. Seriously, this 12 gigabit file transferred in under 15 seconds. And thanks to it being MagSafe based, you can easily take it with you anywhere without having to worry about it dangling around. But even if you did accidentally knock it off or unplug it, the built-in power supply turns it off safely so you don't lose or corrupt any of your important files too. It's all stored in this metal body with a generous amount of ventilation, as when you're working at these speeds, it will get hot. Thankfully, that also makes it fairly durable, although I don't recommend tossing any storage devices around. At least you can now feel confident attaching it directly onto your phone. Comment down below if you want us to build out the sickest iPhone rig too. If you sucked at hide and seek as a child, well, this is the cheat code you needed, because although I had to read similar books during school, no sane person would ever choose to pick one up and casually browse through one of these rom-coms. Perfect, because it's actually a Craighill false book, and while they aren't the first to do it, the detail that goes into them is pretty wild. The pencil marks are probably some of my favorite, but then, well, bam, hiding your emergency stash has never been so easy, while also subsequently be just as easy to access as well with a convenient yet strong magnetic closure. The inside is quite luxurious too, with the felt lining, which is total overkill, but why the heck not, as it adds to the premium feel alongside its wood frame finish, with the grain surprisingly looking like actual stacked paper pages. Now it's no permanent lock, and although it is empty, it did pass my scientific shake test. So as long as you don't toss it around, your daily essentials are safe inside. Speaking of which, it's perfectly sized to fit my rare McDonald's collab Tetris emulator in the shape of a chicken McNugget. It's also more than enough room for your daily tools, but my favorite, a secret snack stash to keep away from your kids, co-workers, and most importantly, myself, when I forget where I hid them in the first place. Hot boy summer bod, here I come. Now it is best combined with other false books or old encyclopedias so it doesn't look too sus, as you aren't fooling anyone that you actually read this, but grouped together, it just looks like hand-me-down decor that you don't want to throw out, as it's much more believable that you're a hoarder rather than a genius. We've accumulated a lot of retro emulators, whether it was bought or sent to us, but GKD Pixel has by far been our favorite. So when they released a version 2, I instantly bought one for myself. If not just for the metal body chunker of the build, it's easily the best feeling one I've tested, but by no means is it the best performing. But for Game Boy games, it's perfect. It slides into my pocket, the metal body is durable so I'm not worried about cracking anything, and just an easy conversation starter whenever I pull this out while on the toilet.